In today's video, we're going to be giving you the top 10 loadouts you can be using right now in Call of Duty Warzone. As always, I give you a couple of bonus loadouts as well, and just kind of what I think is fun to use during the week to switch things up and just have a little bit of fun. If you like this straightforward to the point loadout style of content, make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that noti bell so you don't miss another video. Let's get into it. Starting out, what I think is a little underrated right now is the Model L. The Model L is a lot of fun to run, and I'm just having a blast using it, along with the Compact 92. Now, this isn't underrated. Everybody knows it's pretty good, but it isn't the easiest SMG to use. For the Model L, I'm rocking the ported compensator muzzle. This gives a huge buff to the first shot recoil and another buff to the vertical recoil control. Then we're using the reinforced barrel here, giving a buff to the bullet velocity and another buff to the damage range. I like the extended mag 2 here, giving this a 50 round mag. The vertical foregrip, giving this a huge buff to the horizontal recoil control. And then I'm rocking the recoil springs here, giving this another pretty solid buff to the horizontal and vertical recoil control. We'll show this to you in the firing range. Like I said, man, this just feels really solid. Go ahead and show you the recoil pattern on this. Pretty standard, just kind of up and slightly to the right, but basically just straight up. So all you want to do is just drag slightly down. You'll be able to control that recoil, no problem. Then with this, like I said, I'm running the Compact 92. We're going to run the ported compensator muzzle here. I like the long barrel for sure. This long barrel really gives that buff to that damage range that you need for the compact. Then I'm rocking the extended mag 2, giving this a 50 round mag. I like the no stock here, just really helps with that movement speed and strafing movement speed. And then I'm using the recoil springs to really hone in that recoil control, giving it a buff to the horizontal recoil control and another buff to the vertical recoil control. Kind of show you that here. Got the OG MP5 iron sights a little bit, but like I said, man, the compact is just so much fun to run. Spits out bullets though, so you got to be accurate. Show you the recoil pattern on this bad boy. Like I said, it's pretty rough, but what you want to do is just drag down and to the left. You'll have no problem controlling it. Next up, we have the GPR 91 that I don't think a lot of people are talking about enough. And then the C9 is obviously still OP. For the GPR 91, I'm rocking the Volsky Reflex Optic. I like the ported compensator muzzle here, giving a huge buff for that first shot recoil control and then a vertical recoil control buff as well. Then I'm using the reinforced barrel, giving a buff to the damage range and bullet velocity again. I like the vertical foregrip here, just strictly for the horizontal recoil control. This doesn't have a huge gun kick, especially with that ported compensator muzzle on there. And then I'm rocking the extended mag 2 for a 60 round mag. Show this to you in the firing range. Let's check out the recoil pattern here. Like I said, it's basically just straight up. That's kind of why we wanted to really hone in that horizontal recoil control. That way we just drag straight down and we don't have to drag too much side to side in order to control that recoil, especially at mid-range. Then for that C9, I'm rocking the long barrel easily. It bumps us all the way up to 18.2 meters. I like the extended mag 1 just for a little bit more movement speed, but if you need the extended mag 2, completely up to you. I like the no stock here for a lot more movement speed and strafing movement speed. And I like the commando grip here for more aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed. This is a solid one as well. Ergonomic is fine. I just like the commando grip a little bit more. Then I'm rocking the recoil springs, just really helps the recoil control of this thing. Just makes it even easier to use for you guys. But yeah, I mean, the C9 is fantastic, obviously. Great for sniper support as well. We'll take a look at this recoil control here, or this recoil pattern. Kind of zigzaggy at first. Basically, you're just going to try to control that zigzag as much as possible. Hit as many headshots as possible. You'll be kind of just fine, just like that. Kind of wiggle it back and forth. Next up, we have the Kilo 141. No surprise here. This thing is absolutely insane and still. And then the Dresden. Everybody's using the Dresden or the MP40. Absolutely love these two together. For this Kilo, I'm rocking the monolithic suppressor. This gives you a huge buff to the bullet velocity and damage range, and then makes you invisible on your enemy's minimap while you're firing. Reinforced barrel for sure. Really buffing that bullet velocity as much as possible along with the damage range. I like the vertical foregrip here, giving this a huge buff to the horizontal recoil control and also giving a buff to the recoil stabilization while you're firing. And then we're rocking the extended mag 2 here, giving this a buff to the 60 round mag. And then I like the recoil springs here for sure, making this an absolute laser beam, giving a buff to the horizontal and vertical recoil control. Let's show this to you in the firing range, but like I said, like there's just not a lot of recoil. It's up and to the left just a little bit. They're going to drag kind of down and to the right. Really easy to control recoil, no problem at all. Then we have this Dresden, which doesn't have it has a little bit of recoil. It's just like a faster version of the MP or the Tonto, in my opinion. But you're just dragging down just like this, kind of just dragging straight down again, kind of zigzag a little bit, kind of helps a little bit too. Pretty solid hip fire as well, but I like the Dresden a lot still. For this MP40, I'm rocking the compensator muzzle. Huge vertical recoil control here. Long barrel, huge damage range buff. Absolutely love it. The extended mag 1 here, you don't need much more than 48 rounds. If you do, you probably just need to get in there and hit your shots a little bit more. Light stock here. This gives the best movement speed buff to this thing. Strafing, movement speed buff, sprinting movement speed buff, hip fire movement speed, everything. And then I'm using the rapid fire here. Just really helps that fire rate. The fire rate's pretty slow as it is. And so if you go something like the recoil springs is fine if you're running it more as a sniper support, but this is great. I like the rapid fire a little bit more. Next up, we have the XM4. This is a real under the radar weapon right now. I don't see a lot of people using it, and I'm still real high on the striker. Love the striker. I put the MP7 also in my last video. I love the MP7 right now as well, but the striker and the XM4 are just really, really fun to use. I'm gonna go show these to you in the firing range while we're just talking about them. We'll show you the XM4 and kind of the recoil. Very little recoil, so it just jumps up just a little bit and slightly to the right. But if you can hit those shots before it starts going to the right, you're not missing shots, dude. Like, it's so good. And then the striker you can use in a couple of different ways. Not a ton of recoil there, so it's pretty easy. Just drag straight down, or put this thing in tack stance mode, which is my favorite to use. The damage is fantastic, and this is a great sniper support option as well, because you can literally, it's just so good. The striker is just so good. For the XM4, I'm rocking compensator muzzle. You can rock the mono suppressor. It really doesn't have that much recoil, so you can 100% rock this if you want it. I'm rocking compensator muzzle though. It just really just gives this thing vertical recoil control buff that it's out of this world. And then the reinforced barrel here, absolutely love it for the damage range and bullet velocity buff. Not rocking an underbarrel here. No underbarrel needed. The extended mag 2 here, you definitely want to run that. That's a 60 round mag. Buffer weight stock is what you want to run instead of the underbarrel. Huge vertical and horizontal recoil control buff, along with the recoil springs. Just these paired up together, man, just absolutely rips. I just absolutely love this build. Then for that striker, Shadow Strike Suppressor S muzzle, huge buff for the bullet velocity and damage range, completely undetectable on your enemy's minimap while you're firing, and 0 cons. Then we're rocking the Jack Slash Underbarrel, giving you a huge buff to movement speed, sprint speed, and vertical recoil control. I like the 48 round mag here. You don't need much more than that. Chimera Laser Light really helps when you put it in that tack stance mode. If you don't want the laser, feel free to put like the MK2 light stock on here for a little bit more movement speed. Perfectly fine. And then I'm rocking high grain rounds, absolutely necessary. Gives you a huge buff to the bullet velocity and another solid buff to the damage range. Next is another underrated option I think is very crucial to run right now. The easiest controller loadout you can use, Ames 85. Then Ladra, very under the radar as well right now. Not a lot of people are talking about it. It's not highly used, but I think it should be. For the Ames 85, I like the mono suppressor here. Huge buff for the bullet velocity, huge buff for the damage range. We're rocking a 1255 for the bullet velo, so that's pretty good. Reinforced barrel here, 54 meters, perfectly fine. Gives another buff to the damage range and bullet velocity. I like the vertical foregrip, giving it a huge buff to the horizontal recoil control. Extended mag 2 here, giving it a 60 round mag, and then we're rocking recoil springs. We don't need much more than that. If you want to put the overpressured rounds, completely up to you. It will be a laser beam, even more of a laser beam than it already is, but I like the recoil springs, so I really don't have to rely too much on my sticks. But like, it's an absolute laser beam, man. Absolutely love this. Now, if you don't want to run the recoil springs, definitely put on a optic here, Volsky Reflex. Highly recommend. Absolutely love this build, man. Ames 85 is so much fun. See if I can show this, just kind of the recoil pattern here and how little recoil it has. It's just see how close those shots are together. That just really makes something easy to control. Just doesn't move a lot. For the Ladra, I'm rocking the compensator muzzle, giving a buff to the vertical recoil control. A long barrel here, giving a buff to the damage range. I like the Ranger foregrip here for sure, giving a little bit more sprinting movement speed buff and a horizontal recoil control buff at the same time. Extended mag 1 here for 55 round mag, and then no stock for more movement and strafing movement speeds. Now the Ladra to me is a little bit less forgiving, strictly because it doesn't do a lot of damage and it does shoot pretty quick. So if you miss a little bit of shots, you're probably okay, but the damage is the problem so far on this. But if you can hit most of your shots, this thing absolutely rips. Take a look at this, kind of the recoil pattern on it. Again, you're just kind of dragging straight down. Call of Duty recoil is just so easy to control usually. So I absolutely love these two together. My favorite by far, bar none, is still the Merrick 556. This thing is so much fun to use. Along with that X52 resonator, I like putting 8 attachments on this weapon, then having the X52 bubble gun, resonator, flashlight, whatever you want to call it. So much fun to run, man. The Merrick's so good. I'm going to show you the recoil pattern here for this Merrick, but Shots are real close together and pretty they're just straight up into the right just a little bit. The damage is so good on this. This is like the AMAX if it didn't have any recoil. So good, man. And then of course you use this a million different ways. Oh man, I love this weapon, dude. I love the resonator. It's just nice to be able to have something in COD like that again, where it's just fun to use, you know? We're not getting that a lot right now, especially with like events and stuff like that. I've been enjoying a little bit of Battlefield as well. Excited for that. Let me know if you guys want a loadout video for that. That'd be cool. But we'll go ahead and go give you the loadout for this Merrick 5.56. Merrick, I'm rocking the Volsky reflex optic. Mono suppressor here for sure. Reinforced barrel gives you a huge buff to the damage range and bullet velocity again. Vertical foregrip, giving you another very good buff to the horizontal recoil control. I like the extended mag 2 here. Definitely giving you a 60 round mag. Definitely need it. Balanced stock, strafing, sprint to fire, movement speed buff, all of the above. Absolutely love that as well. Now, here's something I recommend. If you don't want a laser on your weapon, completely understand, because it is dark on the maps. Target laser, probably take that off if you want, but this does help with that aiming idle sway, so when you're aiming down your sight, you don't immediately start swaying back and forth. And then recoil springs makes this an absolute laser beam. Hardly any recoil at all. Absolutely love it. And then of course you have the resonator. That doesn't come with any I mean, you can put attachments on it, but it's just better with nothing on it. It's absolutely so much fun to run. Thank you guys again for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that noti bell. It helps a ton with the channel. It's a free way to support. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you in the next one.